guys, welcome back to my channel. Just ignore this eyeshadow I was practicing earlier today. So in today's video I am going to talk about my curtains. So I think I talked about in one of my previous videos how I had a really hard time finding curtains that fit because like the windows obviously like doesn't touch the floor, but my heater's right below it, and so I had to get curtains that were short enough because it's a fire hazard. I can't leave curtains hanging in front of my heater. Yeah, so I bought these sunflower curtains to go with the theme of my room, but they were too long and I couldn't find anything that was short enough. So I had to mend them. And I completely forgot to record myself while doing it. So I can't sew, and so I found a couple videos online where you could like mend things without sewing. So what I needed for this was just hem tape and then an iron and then like scissors and a measuring tape, but if you're doing this you probably already have those things anyway. So what I did was I measured out how much of the curtains I wanted to be cut off. So I laid this out on top of the counter over there and I measured out how much I wanted to be cut off, right? Then after that I took the iron and I ironed like a crease into it so that I could know where to put the hem tape. And then I took the hem tape and I put it, so like pretend I wanted to cut this much off, right? So I'd like iron here so that it leaves a crease, and then what I would do is I'd take the hem tape and I would put it right in that crease where I want the curtains to end. And then after that I ironed the hem tape onto the curtains. And what the directions say, it was you're not supposed to like move it back and forth, which is what I'd always seen people do when they were ironing. I've never ironed before, so I like assumed that you just kind of like move it back and forth. But this specifically said not to. So it said to hold it in place on top of the tape for like 10 seconds and then flip it over and hold it for 10 seconds again. I made the mistake of, I did the mending hemming tape, ironing tape, whatever it's called, on this side, and then I went over and I did it on this side, and then I had a hard time getting it in the center because it was like glued shut here. So I don't know. I mean, it ended up fine. There are definitely some gaps where I couldn't, like here, I couldn't fit the tape because it was already hemmed. So you just glue it on, like iron it on, whatever, and then after that you cut off all the excess. It's definitely not straight, but who's going to be looking at the bottom of my curtains anyway? Who's going to be looking at my curtains at all? Because COVID and no one can come over. So nobody's going to see these curtains but me. So yeah, I did that with these curtains. Now let's go try to hang them up. If you'll remember from my other video, my curtain rod is barely hanging on there. It's really bad. I couldn't get the screws to go all the way in, so I couldn't get it on there. So let's see if we can go hang these curtains up without tearing everything down. All right, look at that. Ignore all the stuff down at the bottom. But look at me! I did it! I hung my sunflower curtains, and wow. That looks really crooked. Yes, I love it. And then, I don't know if you saw, this is the white curtains that I hung. And don't even come at me about these creases, okay? I tried to iron them and I couldn't figure out how to do it because yesterday when I used the iron, so much more water was coming out. I don't know what was happening, but it was so much more water. It was just like pouring. And so it got my curtains wet and I was like, I don't think this is actually working. And then you can see like, this is the section that I ironed, and you can see that I didn't even do a good job because like I don't think I actually did these two lines because it's too far over, there was no space, but like I definitely did this, that like these 3 lines here, and you can still see them. So I'm just gonna leave them like that. I don't know, maybe with time. Alright, so I hope you liked today's video, and if you are trying to do the same thing, trying to decorate your apartment or trying to just learn something new, I hope this helped. It's not going to be great the first time you do it, obviously, but it's okay. I did my best, and I bet you're doing your best, and that's all that you can really do. So, I hope you liked this video, and I will see you in the next one. I want to like take the scraps of my curtain and like, I'm from the 50s and I'm driving in a convertible, so I can't have my hair get all windy and messy.